Right. And it appears we are live. What's up, everybody? It's G Mr. Drew here to welcome you to another episode of the Andrew Glowczewski Experience. This is going to be episode 269, putting the guns down, putting the guns behind us, and we are going to move forward. I know I was talking about going back to doing the concept work for for my P, for, the story that I wrote and everything else like that. And I still intend on doing that, but I'm gonna pull over in lieu of recent events that happened last week. And in the midst of all those events happening, personally, uh, Bayonetta 3 got announced, and um, just like the Guns series that I did recently, it was what, 31 episodes or something like that. So I spent nearly a month on it. I think when I started it, I thought may have spent like 2 months on it or something. So yeah, we spent about a month with working on the weapons and studying those things, and I'm just gonna let all that design, filter, fester and melt, filter, fester and melt into my brain, into my mind, and in with all the other information that rattles around in there. And I wanted to move forward with more concept design in mind, but not going to do that. Instead, because last week was a real bummer for me. I mean, long story short, just something got stolen from me, and it was, some grand theft type shit, and it was a heavy blow to me, and will continue to be financially for a while. So, I had to put a lot of things into perspective, had to put a lot of things in, basically it was like kind of shift and move pieces around. And I spent, I didn't pretty much only streamed once, within the past week, rather than like kind of like how I do daily or something like that. It just really fucked me up and put me in a place where I was just like, one, I had to figure out what the hell am I gonna do and move past it and all this other stuff. I don't want to dwell on it too much, like, I'm already dealing with it in my personal time. So here on the stream time, on to move forward with something that doesn't really require too much thinking. When I work on the concepts, like, these character concepts and things like that. But then when I do, characters are a little bit easier for me. But things that are difficult for me are like these environments here, like trying to do like environment art, and even like the map that I worked on and things like that. It takes a lot of like brain power because it's not what I do. So I have to like be very meticulous about it and have a lot of like forethought and things like that into it. So it just with everything that's happened recently, I'm not in a place to be able to do that. But I don't want to just not stream. I don't want to just sulk in it, wishing I was streaming, but then not feeling up to the stream, things like that. I just gotta move forward with what I can do. And last week with the Nintendo Direct, where Bayonetta 3 finally got a trailer, a teaser or whatever you want to call it, like that. There was gameplay and everything in it. Um, uh, it kind of inspired me to want to do something instead of just sulk and sit in the shit that was, my shit getting stolen, and people stealing my vehicle, whatever. And so uh so yeah, I talk about how many art books I have often. And I study a lot of art. The way that I look at it is I have this giant library, and it's just an investment in knowledge. It's like going to college or something like that, but instead of paying a college and having teachers teach you and putting together, a curriculum for you and things like that, I study what I want, I learn what I want, all these things. And amongst all the books that I have to study, every now and then I come across ones that are not in English, so I can't read them. They're in Japanese, they're in Chinese, they're in Taiwanese, I don't know, Malaysian. I have a lot of books from, mostly Japanese, but if it's not in English, it's probably in Japanese. One of the books that I bought years ago, and I knew I was going to visit this one, much like the weapons that I did recently. Much like the weapons that I did for the Metal Gear 5 or Metal Gear V, whatever's. Just like I knew I was going to be working on these eventually. Like, oh, I know one day, I was dreading it because I don't draw like this. So to study it was taxing. It took a lot. Like, I did my best to just kind of enjoy it and do what I did. And, you can go back and watch all those videos. They are what they are. The stream is going to be whatever it is. Hopefully one day there'll be more interaction and engagement and people to pick my brain or just give me subject matters to talk about. So that way they're not, all my streams aren't so silent, mum's the word type streams, But either way, just like I knew I was going to do this, and then I spent a month on it, and let's hope I never have to revisit doing something like that again. But who knows? I have plenty of art books with plenty of weapons in them. It's all video game stuff. So, we worship violence. So there's a lot of violent elements in concept art, like these weapons. So, with that said, one of the art books that I do have, and I spent a pretty penny on, I forget how much I spent on it, was the first book, and I have it with the disc and everything, which is probably why it was a little bit more expensive, is the concept book for the first video game. Got this years ago. It's in Japanese, so I can't read it. I got a page saved, so that way I can get started here. And I loved this book because of the concept art. I don't think a lot of people really know how much work or concept design went into designing Bayonetta. There was a ton of it, so I'm gonna kind of go through it. And when I got this book, I fell in love with with this fashion design sort of setup. I'm an animation student, animation graduate, but I had almost dropped out of animation in order to do fashion design. I mean, I was a hound dog. I'd be lying if I didn't include the idea of just being in classes with those fashion girls as part of the inspiration. But it's also because I like to look good and dress well and match and colors and belts and shoes and all that shit that goes on. And I appreciate higher fashion. And I like fashion shows and things like that. Even all that stuff where people are like, who would ever wear that? You would never see any yeah. I think they're missing the point, But yeah, the fashion design, whenever they deal with they do these concepts. One thing that you'll notice that everyone appears super tall. If this was a real human and that was the size of a real human head, this would be a 12-foot tall person. You know what I mean? It'd be another person standing on the shoulders of Shaq and being so the proportions are insane. They're tall and linky and things like that. And there was so much work that went into the first game because they were trying to develop the look for Bayonetta, the titular character. And that's why I bought this book. There's all the game art, there's environment stuff. I like the items and all the jewelry and stuff. It goes in there with the fashion just because of the nature of the main character. Um, I don't really need to explain to anybody who Bayonetta is. I mean, if you're into this as much as I am, like kind of who she is. But at the end of the day, like her clothing came from her hair, and her hair was her power to her magic. So, she would use her powers and then her hair would go into it, but her hair made up her clothing, so her clothes would quote unquote come off or disrobe as she summoned more power and more powerful enemies and things like that. It's this whole crazy concept. It was a great idea. It worked. Because we all enjoy it and celebrate, and we all love Bayo. So, it has all the 3D models and things like that. But more importantly to me was all this the concept designs, everything that we're looking at here. Um, and it's interesting to see where they started, because they started off with more like Morgan looking designs, more like Black Widow looking designs, things like that, like femme fatales. And you could see where they had to like really push it, keep pushing all these crazy ideas and all these different looks and things like that. And I believe the artist who did all of this, I have her name in the title, Marie Shimazaki. Like, there's not enough of her work out there, so kind of these Bayonetta art books are where you can find most of it. But yeah, I can't like really find too much else on her. Like, I try following her and things like that, but can't find it. So anyways, in lieu of everything, I wanted to go back to doing concept art for my story, go back and work on the environments and things like that. Like, all last week while I wasn't streaming, I was working on the story, because I was like, well, if I'm not going to draw, then I'll write. And then if whenever I wasn't writing, I was like, well, I got to draw something. And I started putting together the material for the environments that I'm going to be working on next. And I just couldn't muster up the to the whatever to do it. And I think I've gone long enough not streaming. So I told myself, okay, well, if you're gonna stream something, and Bayonetta 3 just got announced, so she's on my mind, and working on those guns after all these years, finally, so attacking these art books and studying them as I intended to is on my mind. Also, Bayonetta just seemed like a natural fit. I have some upcoming character designs that I want to be working on, so I think this sort of study is going to work out well for me. Uh, so I mean, yeah. So just getting a whole, like you can see in this book, there's tons to work off of. So I'm just gonna like go through and just develop a visual library of everything that I see here, and again, just like the weapons, let those sit in my brain, and then after I get done with the set of environments, I'll work on to the next set of characters, which will eventually lead to a bunch of female characters that I have coming up soon. Soon, being, you take it with a grain of salt, and then hopefully, like, this sort of study will help me to just kind of naturally go in and design, because I have to do about a dozen female characters with many different looks. Well, not too crazy with it, but you know, I have to make them similar but different. And I think doing like these sort of studies of like fashion and concept uh, will help me to visually discern from one female character to another of this particular set of characters. So yeah, man, I'm just gonna go through this and just like with the weapons, just work on her, and then I'll probably, I intend to like kind of just draw what she has, Marie Shimazaki had did here, but then kind of expound on it, kind of go in and draw specific things about that particular design that I notice, and really extrapolate these designs and what they are. I mean, really, it's for my understanding, but you know that I'm gonna stream it, so you know you can also kind of join along with all that. So with that said, I kind of have no time. What have I been streaming for 15 minutes now? I kind of only had like not even an hour, so I've already chewed up a portion of the time that I have here, just talking. But uh, you know, it's better than not streaming personally, to me. So I have Max Dude just playing in the background. He's looking into the Nicktoons Brawl or something like that, and he's doing other stuff. I don't know. He's gonna be playing Power Rangers and stuff like this. Anyways, I'm gonna have him playing in the background.
There is.
And
what the hell is a Lincoln Loud? I assume it has something to do with Lucy Loud.
And I'm going to yeah, just start drawing with the first one.
Loud.
Hello everyone, my name is Marco, the developer for the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl development team.
And yeah, so this will be a short one.
The man with the plan, Lincoln Loud. Lincoln is a versatile character that uses his vast arsenal of toys to keep his opponents in check and punish them when he fights an enemy.
Okay.
Let's start with the Yo-Yo Tricks bonanza that is Lincoln's light attacks.
The state looks cool.
Yo-Yo Jab. Press the button repeatedly to continue this attack over and over again. His light
I'd argue this is actually one of the best looking stages in the game, funny enough.
And his light down is watch the dub. You can also press the button repeatedly to continue this attack over and over again. Try using it to make it harder for your opponents to grab the ledge.
I thought that was SpongeBob shoved inside that cage, right? But it's like a giant bird.
Lincoln's light usual is aerial yo-yo jab.
I think it looks pretty good.
Aerial yo-yo.
Is it supposed to be a Nest-like character? If he has to explode himself to get back to the stage for more mobility, then, you know, if he has PK Fire or something like that, then we're 100% going to find out.
Scooter ride. Nothing manages to bring back suburban childhood memories quite like Lincoln's strong attacks. Lincoln's strong attack is
run up baseball bat. The bat.
Is lift off.
It's happening.
PK Fire. And his strong down is Raccoon Rocket. He moves forward a bit while dealing damage. Let's talk about Lincoln's Air Strong attacks.
And I'm just changing these poses around a bit just to fit the format of this square a little bit.
Scooter spin.
So that way I'm not just drawing a one-for-one recreation of her work.
The razor flip? It's actually very well animated.
VR slash. Lincoln's strong dash attack is Radical Slash. And now we'll see Lincoln take his hobbies to the next level with
wow, he's got a super soaker.
Lincoln's neutral special is the Splasher. He fires.
What the hell does it stun?
Getting damage and stunning his opponent for a bit. You can aim the string up and down. Try using it in the air while moving to cover more space and combo it into other attacks. His out special is Ace of Spades.
The Ace of Spades.
Flies upwards and then damages surrounding opponents.
Looking pretty familiar, boys.
And his down special is Spin Top. He releases a spin top projectile that moves along the ground. This spin top can also bounce off of walls and keep spinning. And finally, Lincoln's stunt move makes all of these look too easy.
So I didn't see any like
the Loud House.
I didn't see any direct like PK Fire. There's a lot of Ness influence, but definitely no PK Fire. Is the I guess the dreidel top thing sort of is one, but not really. Maybe if the Beyblade can come back and like smack you.
Now let's watch Lincoln go all out with his geekiness in a real match.
3, 2, 1, go! The devs already said that the water gun special already got nerfed. Cute. That's disgusting, man. Because you could like jump neutral it and cover a whole bunch of space and then just knock them the hell out. That's too good. Bruh. Bruh. Come on, man. You better have a shit ton of recovery if that's the case. Yeah, I don't think you can get hit by your own spinning top. Both the loud kids seem very well made and very good. You know?
Let's see.
Don't know what the hell they're from or what the hell's going on, but they look very good and they look like they're well animated too, you know? Yeah, it's getting to the point now where the game has shown off enough characters to see, like, yes, there's been some corners cut every once in a while. I'd imagine that they're going to revisit a lot of this stuff after the game comes out, especially if the game is popular and if the game is, you know, obviously supported. But there is a budget, you know, there is a budget and a limited amount of time. This game does literally come out in like 1 week, so I wonder how much else they have to show. But damn, dude, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh my god, if they have Shredder.
That's so crazy. It's like they have a bat
Holy shit.
right here as a bikini.
I'll definitely like taking
It's like the
Shredder,
Batman
please.
logo
That's another character I'd be very excited about.
for a bikini. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it comes out in 1 week. Comes out like next Wednesday. Oh, that's why we haven't seen Aang and Korra yet. Yeah, have I not seen Powder Toast Man? Yeah, well, I think we're still waiting to see Powder Toast Man. Damn. Old Maya theme is great. We haven't seen Zim in action yet, like a little bit. And are any of the Rugrats actually in the game? It's gonna be weird to see Tommy Pickles and like Chucky beating ass. That seems like no. That's why Riptor, not Riptor, Reptar. Yeah, that's why it makes sense why Reptar would be the representative, and not you know, babies beating ass. Riptar. Okay, shit. Yeah, Angelica should be a giant boss. Angelica should be a large-scale boss, like an Apocalypse, or like, you know, like a Master Hand. It should be a giant Angelica. That was a weird chat. I used to, on the previous game I worked on over 10 years ago, way over 10 years ago now, I think it was like 11 years ago, I worked with the lady that did the voice of Angelica. Yeah, she was her voice actress. Like, it was many years before. But she just like, yeah, worked in the same office. She did like marketing and stuff like that. I forget her name, unfortunately. I don't think she was there that long. Yo, Timotin, thanks for the 57 months, dude. Okay. What's next? Congratulations. Resident Evil 4 VR. Okay.
Alright.
So, this was first shown up how many months ago? Like, this was 5 months ago. I'd say I had a fleeting interest, right? Definitely a fleeting interest, and then this showed up.
It's like ballerina shoes almost.
And now we actually get to see what the game is, you know, actually like. And here, the craziest thing is that, yes, they completely, like, remade RE4
It's like
for
if
VR.
Dante and Batman had a baby and it was a chick.
Interesting. So I don't have a Quest, right? I don't have an Oculus Quest. Realize I gotta change something in chat. I think the Streamlabs notification is working in tandem with mine. Hang on. How do you change that in Streamlabs? Does anyone know where in Streamlabs you gotta go to change commands? I don't even know if I've ever done it. Yeah, it's Oculus only, apparently. Don't have much of an option. Does anyone know in Streamlabs where the hell you gotta go to change this shit? Is it... It is separate under stream labels? What? Yeah, I have this Streamlabs notification in here. It's like, support me IRL by purchasing some merch. I'm like, I did not set that up. They usually only have a Nightbot in here. I'm trying to see what the hell I gotta do to get rid of that one. It's like doubling over. Dashboard alert box, is that where it's under? Oh, Jesus, chat. Dashboard alert box. I don't see anything in here for commands. General settings and stuff like that. Your merch is really cheap. I try to get it as low as possible. Yeah. I try to get it as cheap as I possibly can get it. In terms of like profitability. I've always done that. But because I'm not like looking at merch as being like a huge thing. I should, in all honesty. I probably should. Probably should have people like managing this stuff for me personally. No computer needed to play it? How the fuck do you stream it then? Wait a minute, how the fuck am I supposed to... Wait a minute, wait, I have too many questions right now. And nothing's getting answered. Hold on a second, chat. You can use your PC, though? What the shit? To play, you need a PC to stream. Right.
Well, that's
You
crazy.
can cast it? You can cast it to Chromecast? That's gonna look like fucking trash. And probably have a horrible delay. I can't have things be like half a second off and shit. I'll definitely be plugging it in. Yeah. Alright. That'll be important. I would definitely be plugging it in. And I can't... yeah, I have to have... I'm not going to broadcast another broadcast if I have the option, right? I'm going to... I want to actually film the footage and not a cast of footage. Commands and stream labels are under the cloud logo. Hold on a second.
Wow.
Oh my god, my stream label's like updated, and now my ass is grass. Hang on. I think it's messing up to the chat. Hang on a sec, chat. I gotta try to get this shit fixed. Hold on. We'll watch this trailer in a second. Okay. Watch Athlete X. What the fuck are you talking about, chat? My YouTube recommendations, yes, yeah, that's exactly it. My YouTube recommendations are exactly what I watch. And everybody knows that, all right? If you're getting recommended something on YouTube, that means you're a huge fan of that thing. That's what that means. Same way you get ads for giant horse cocks and stuff that I see on your computers, that means you're into it. Like, damn, Chad, what do you need a giant horse cock for? What? What's the necessity? Before we get started, dude, what the hell is going on? My stream labels just freaked out. Like, no shit. Actually freaked out. I have not.
It's wild, man. This is like all bat stuff. Everything is bat wing here.
There we go. Jesus, man. That was weird. This thing's acting all hella weird now. Sorry, chat. Everything just like stopped working all of a sudden. Whatever. I've lost interest. We're going back. We're going back. I'm watching this trailer.
Resident Evil 4 has been released.
This is IGN's hands-on.
The upcoming Resident Evil 4
They actually played it.
This might be the first time since 2005 that Capcom's seminal survival horror game feels completely new. Resident Evil 4 VR isn't some sampler running you through the best parts of the 2005 classic. This is the full game remade in virtual reality, and you'll be able to experience every area, puzzle, and boss fight in a new light.
Oh shit.
And I'll be the first to tell you that this might be the first time in a long while that I've been excited to play through the entirety of Resident Evil 4 again.
Damn, actual good impressions? What? I thought there was going to be tore into.
Known for modernizing the Resident Evil formula and pivoted the series towards a more action-oriented direction. Gone were the slow-paced controls and sluggish gunplay. It introduced a new, faster third-person combat system while expanding the arsenal with new weapons and melee attacks. All of this translates well in virtual reality. If you
have to manually reload your guns.
You know that if there's one genre VR excels at and potentially surpasses a console experience, it's a shooter. To this end, much of the original Resident Evil 4 experience has been remade to be interactive with. Weapons are a good example.
Oh, cutscenes look all weird. Okay.
The player needs will be somewhere on their person and can be grabbed as necessary. Need to pull out a gun? Grab it from your waist. Need to
Wow.
heal yourself. Your health items can be.
Look at this Leon utility
Grab a
belt.
knife, holster on your chest. Reloading your weapon is done in real time as well. Your
Holy
ammo is
shit.
on your left side, and you'll need to physically.
So this is gonna get crazy. This game's action fucking
The
packed.
whole experience has a learning curve.
This shit's gonna get crazy.
It's almost second nature.
Yeah, I'm assuming that teleport walking would probably be how I would have to play it. I'm wondering if there's options for teleport walking, or if you can play it like RE7 style.
So they can be interacted with. One puzzle in the church area requires players to move different colored lights correctly to form the right shape. In the VR version, you'll press virtual buttons on the machine to run the lights the right way.
Oh, they completely changed the way the puzzles actually function.
Virtual window where you can pick
Whoa,
up
what the
items
hell is
and
this shit?
Yeah, so it's all just this bat stuff.
And saving your game is done on a fully interactive typewriter, which might be my favorite thing ever. Not everything is in VR though. All the cutscenes in the game aren't viewed in first person, but on a virtual theater screen. And anytime Leon does an action like climb a ladder or jump through a window, RE4 VR switches from first person perspective to the same theater view.
Oh, yeah, it's like you're in a theater.
I understand why it was done.
Holy crap.
See, what's crazy about this is that
The more serious issue is how some of the
like could be wondering there's actual lace going on here. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so there's like some actual lacing going on here.
new format.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Resident Evil 4 was a much more action-oriented turn for the series, and that included adding a lot of intense mob encounters. On consoles and PC, this wasn't a problem, but in VR, the intensity and the difficulty of these encounters are substantial.
Like, you're gonna be sitting here, like fucking. Like, holy fucking shit! There's no boss button! Eat an egg! You look like an absolute asshole trying to take down all these zombies and shit. Yeah, I'm scared. That seems like
It would
that seems
appear
intimidating.
that just like it connects around the waist here, like there's this little belt here,
Can be incredibly thrilling, but if you're partial to motion
that
sickness,
it may
you might
also
be
connect
playing
around her neck, but you don't see it
Oh, so there is an option
because she has
for
like these
teleportation
little,
controls.
I don't know,
Good.
plumes around her neck, these little bat plumes around her neck, whatever you want to call those. back collars,
stand comfort level height.
but it looks like the dress connects back up there. This is the kind of breakdowns I actually kind of want to go into these things further.
That's good.
So I just draw
Because
what I
that
see,
that seems really crazy.
and then just break down what I think
Like,
is
I need
happening.
8 arms to play this fucking game.
A mob with this kind of movement while physically managing your inventory is quite the challenge. Boss fights elicit a different reaction altogether. There's nothing quite like fighting El Gigante in virtual reality, staring up at his towering figure while shooting him with everything you have. Similarly, there's also nothing quite like seeing this entire gloomy world in VR. You can almost smell the rot and blood in the village.
But yeah, I think this is the kind of stuff that I'm most looking forward to, right? Actually being in the environment and interacting with it, right? Actually having Ganado's chainsaw guy up your ass, running at you. You turn around, it's like ah,
Yeah.
like that's the kind of shit that's like, all right, damn, it has depth. It's there with you, you know. You can smell it. What's the resolution like on this helmet? Because this looks a lot better than the last time I played VR, which was with Resident Evil 7.
But there are also
It looks a lot better.
beauty you can only experience for the first time in VR. If you've skipped every re-release of Resident Evil 4 because of the incremental changes made
Over 1440p? Damn, that's
to
good.
each version, Resident Evil 4 VR is the most substantially different take on the game I've seen in a long while, and I'm eager to fully revisit this exhilarating nightmare when Resident Evil 4 VR is released this October.
Dude, it's kind of hilarious how RE4... this is the second time RE4 has technically been remade, right? Like, RE4 got remade from fans, number one, right? They just ported the game and put it on other stuff. This is not a port, this is technically a remake, right? This is a virtual reality remake of the game with similar visuals. The fans made an HD remake, which is almost done. The ports include, like, well, granted, it's been ported to, like, everything, Gamescom included. But they got, in terms of actual remakes, the fan remake, the VR remake, and potentially the new Capcom remake. So weirdly enough, like, this isn't, and I think a lot of people have to question, was this the RE4 remake? Is this the one that is like the rumored / leaked Capcom leak RE4 project? And it's like, no, this is something different. Like, it was confirmed a while back that this is indeed a different project. It's not. So, at the same time, in the same space, somehow, Resident Evil 4 is getting remade twice. That is so friggin' weird to me that they're remaking RE4 technically twice in 2 completely different ways. Talk about a game that just refuses to die. And I mean, granted, it's one of the greatest games of all time. It just is. It deserves to be on everything, and we deserve to play it a billion different ways every single time. But yes, this is absolutely Capcom's Final Fantasy VII. It genuinely is. They're going to find any way to spin this game in any single possible form and do it over and over and over and over and over again. In 10 years, we'll be playing another RE4 remake on another system. It's their Skyrim. So, long story short, I'm actually really looking forward to this. I was going to play RE4 again for, like, Halloween, October time, but... and I might actually just save that because the fan mod is still getting some changes and they're almost done. And I would like to go through the fan mod again. Because that is genuinely like a fan remake of the game in many ways. I'd say it's more like a remaster. The semantics really don't matter.
Are we
It's
super blurry?
genuinely like a
What's going on here?
kind of experience when you play it. And we played it like 4 years ago now. 3 or 4 years ago now. And it was fantastic. So I don't know. I really... and curious to actually play Resident Evil 4 a completely different way, which is what this is going to be. So we'll see. I have a much bigger space in here to do stuff about. I'd imagine
See, it's
might be
interesting because
standing,
what I'm
right?
seeing,
I'd imagine this is a game where I'm actually going to have to be like
if
bipedal.
we were to just break this down,
stuff and potentially turning and everything like that. To me, that seems like a bit more of what this experience is going to require of me. But I can confidently say that I need to get myself a Quest 2. You can play setting. We'll mess around with that. I gotta get myself a Quest 2. And
that's her body.
Because I am curious. very curious.
She has like this neck plume stuff that comes out from her cleavage. Crazy. It's like what's her name? G Viper from Street Fighter 4, the new character there.
Updated in literally forever.
Something like that.
Probably wrong.
How she has like her tie tucked into her cleavage.
I haven't fucking used Facebook in so long. Yes, I'm down. I'm down. Oh God. A Quest Pro is rumored. Ow. So that's my biggest question. What do I need?
So
Right?
it's kind of like,
What do I need if I'm going to be getting a Quest 2? Does it come with guns? Do you actually get like the controllers and shit? Does it come with wires and shit like that? Is there a bunch of stuff that I need to purchase and get, or is it comes with essentially what you need? Yeah, I don't want to stream it to my computer. You get 2 controllers in the headset. You need to buy the wires. Okay, so that's pretty much the only separate thing I need. If I go to Amazon and I look up like a Quest 2,
it's funny. It's like, it's the Batman logo as a bikini front.
How heavy is this thing? Because the PlayStation VR gets a little fucking. I think the PlayStation VR was a little rough on my head
That.
over time. Does anyone know how? It's pretty light. Okay, so is it substantially lighter than the PlayStation VR? Pretty light. Okay, chat. I can barely wear headphones for a long time.
She has a
Without
belly
it getting
button,
like cumbersome.
and then
So here's the
belt
thing, yeah,
connecting
if I have headphones and shit,
goes
I'll
above
have to, like,
her
I
belly
have my
button.
sound dampening headphones. I'll have to get a controller extension for this, an extension cable for this. PSVR feels weightless compared. PSVR is fucking heavy. PSVR weighs the front part of your head down. You tell me PSVR is lighter? What? My issue is that I can't even wear headphones. Like, when I have things squeezing on my head in any fashion, other way around, okay, that makes sense. 1.1 pounds, it's nothing, okay. It's like a fucking hat. When I have things like squeezing on my head or my ears, it literally gives me headaches. Like, I can't do it for too long. Do you even lift? No, I don't do neck workouts, chat. Fuck you. It's got built-in speakers, but no headphones? What? It's got speakers? What?
Is that what's
Yo,
happening?
Beast Boss, thanks for the prime sub, dude. And Big Breakfast, thank you very much, man. Can't play without headphones? What the hell? That's some weird shit. You wear your glasses when playing in VR? I have to. Yes. Yo, Jaybird, thanks for grabbing a shirt, man.
She has
I
like
have to.
plume
No,
there.
when I was playing in PlayStation VR, I had to play it with my glasses inside the VR unit because, yeah. It's designed to like sort of work that way with your eyes. So, is that any less cumbersome? Because that was definitely awkward. It's definitely cumbersome
You
to
drew that arm way
to
too
have
long.
a fucking giant headset on and to have glasses. Oh, there's a 3.5mm jack inside the headset? Oh, that's dope. Okay, cool. That fixes that. Not wearing fucking contacts? No, hell no. Wow! Holy shit! The Quest is 1.1 pounds. Chat, I mean, according to Zane, guess how heavy the PlayStation VR is?
So she has like these sleeves on.
PlayStation VR
the sleeves
is
come up
6.85 pounds. It's almost 7
below the
pounds.
shoulders,
6 to 7 pound PlayStation helmet.
and then they
Compared
kind
to
of wing out
one.
like that.
I'm telling you, dude, the PlayStation VR was like, ugh. After a while, my head was tired. You get an extra 6
But
to
then she
7
has like
pounds on
these
top of your
actual
head all
shoulder
the time, and it-
plumes
yes,
that
it'll be-
connect
That's what I'm saying. Like your head goes,
this
ugh,
piece.
it like leans you forward because the helmet like pulls your
So
ass
it comes
down.
in.
After like 4 hours of playing Resident Evil 7, my ass was like, whoa, I want to throw up, dude. Holy shit. That's not right. The PSVR is 107 grams heavier than the Quest 2. Then you figure it out, chat. Hold on a second. Let's look
And
it
this
up.
connects down
PSVR
here.
helmet weight. No, 6.5 pounds is the name of the item weight. That's the somebody got that from the Amazon listing for PlayStation VR. It says item weight 6.85 pounds. That's the whole thing, chat. That's the box. The actual helmet is 1.3 pounds. So it's a little bit lighter. It's not substantially lighter. The Oculus, whatever the fuck. What are we talking about? The Questicle is 1.1, while the PlayStation VR is 1.3. 6.85 is the item weight, which is, I didn't put the whole fucking box on my head. That's not what happened. That's the package, yes. Except, chat's funny. Chat says some funny things. Japer, thank you again. Anyway, chat, I think I have Power Rangers fired up and ready to go.
Oh shit, looks like I gotta go, guys.
And then we're going to, I'll see if I like the Ninja
What a
Rangers.
bummer.
I'll see if I like them, do a bit of discovery, and then maybe play some online if I like them. But I've been really itching to play Marvel 2 again because Marvel 2 got a big update on DC Bear, meaning that those issues with.
I was hoping to ink some of these things, but I didn't want to get started with inking, especially on the back side of the page where I have those designs. So I figured it might be safe to start with pencils, but man, I really wish I had some inks. So there's
The
that.
default Quest headband is trash. It won't jive with your long hair. The headband, the upgraded headband is sold separately. Okay, so I need an
Brooch there.
upgraded headband. I need a
And then this.
hardwire cables. Something like that, right? I need cables to hardwire, and I need an upgraded headband. Is that essentially just a long USB-C?
Is that what it is? It just branches out from there.
I'm just gonna make my own at this point. Yeah, right. What do I intend to play in October? Good question. What the hell do we intend to play in October? I intend to play Silent Hill 2. I intend to play Resident Evil 4 Virtual Reality. I intend to play Alien Isolation DLC. This is related to Halloween shit. Metroid Dread, right? But that's not really related to Halloween shit. I'm just going to be playing that. We're talking about Halloweeny shit. I would really like to play Bloodborne, for fuck's sake, man. I really want to play Bloodborne.
See, like I wonder if this should have been cut.
I missed it. It's been like a
Like
year.
actual.
The last time we did the Bloodborne stream chat is when we streamed it for charity for St. Jude's. We made like 50K that night for St. Jude's, which was fucking amazing. But I didn't really get it. Yeah, I really didn't get a chance to focus on Bloodborne a ton because I was spending most of the time thanking everybody for the donations towards charity.
4.
So
1, 2, 3, 4.
we'll see. You play a PT recreation in VR if you get the headset. Maybe if I have the Ridiculous Quest 2, maybe we could try to play Alien Isolation DLC in VR. I know they modded that. I don't know if they modded it for the DLC. I can get the Ridiculous up and running, the Ridiculous 2, and we could try Alien VR. That might really suck. That sounds like an awful fucking idea. That game is already scary as shit. Oh my god. That game is already scary as fuck. Back for Blood? No interest, really. Yeah. I had a couple of the OVG guys play it, and I was like, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Lights off. Well, I don't think there's going to be any androids in the DLC. The DLC is more related to just recreating the sequence of events from Alien. He turns shit on. October seems good. Yeah, and then obviously on the 5th, Nickelodeon All Star comes out. Jesus, man, so much stuff. We got a busy ass October, chat. Yeah, I'd specifically be playing the Isolation DLC. Do I already have the season pass? Hold on a second. Watching TGS, yes, but we're gonna watch it tomorrow. It starts at like 9 with KOF.
It's so weird.
Nickelodeon was delayed? What?
Because these things come off.
Did they say it was delayed? Is that true? I haven't heard anything about it being delayed. It's October 5th. It's the 8th? Oh. 3 fucking days? Okay, hold on a second. I gotta go buy this kid. 3 days? It's just a rumor? Alright.
Hang on, chat. Let me find where's the season pass?
Damn it. And the 8th is Dread's release? Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Alright.
They're really trying to fuck me up.
I wanted to spend more time with this stream, but I didn't have much time at all, so... but yeah, this is what we're gonna be working on next, or at least what I'll be working on next and what you'll be watching, man. Feel free to join me.
On Steam, it only lists by...
Feel free to join me in the upcoming videos. I'll probably be at this for a long while, you know, just because there's a lot to kind of go through and break down and really look at. As far as all the outfits, you know, that were created and then not just redrawing what was there, but to break them down. Like I just did the original sketch that she had, but then it's like, okay, how is this broken down? And it's like, how's this jacket? Don't know how these wings, these little back wings kind of play this little back skirt. It, you know, they kind of look like they come off of the belt holding the, you know, the main suit together, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all really weird, and it's probably like no reason to even try to break these things down or understand them completely, which is fine, you know. But if I do see an opportunity to try to understand things, then you know I'm definitely gonna try to do it. I really love that her bikini is just the bat sign, like straight up the. You know, you have a bikini line, and it's basically like a V, you know, basically like a thong. And then you have, just draw the Batman symbol in there. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, there's definitely like a whole lot of bat imagery with this initial design. And it says a lot where, you know, the developers and everybody wanted to kind of go. You know, you have to imagine what kind of direction she was given. Like, hey, we're making this superhero kind of Devil May Cry female protagonist. She's gonna be an Umbran witch, or she's a witch character. You know, so think Halloweeny. Yeah. And it's amazing. You can come up with a design like this and be like, Yeah, no thanks. Like, keep going, you know. Wonder how many of these things she did in a single day. You know, I'm just regurgitating this stuff and spent like a half hour on it. So, anyway, um, yeah, gonna pick up again. A man still has work, still got to pay these bills, still got to do stuff. So I still got a schedule to keep and obligations and all this other crowd, no matter what's going on in my life. So, hopefully, nobody's too butthurt about me not going back to my concept work or working on environments and things like that. I just need a minute. Who knows how long I'll be doing the Bayonetta study. I could be here for a while or not, just because there's so much information to try to take in. But other than that, man, you know, I'm just not in a place to like really focus on the environments and all that stuff. And the last thing I want to do is create stuff that I'm unhappy with. So at least with this, I could be cool with just recreating what's there, breaking it down to try to understand it, and then using whatever sort of visual elements I learned from it to help me with future characters and things like that. I mean, obviously, uh, Marie Shimazaki is super good at what she does at her craft. So it's going to be awesome to work on it. I'll try to work on the camera angle, get it closer, because I understand I'm kind of far away. But yeah, again, didn't have too much time today. I'm already babbling and running past my time. So that's going to be it for today. I'm G Mr. Drew. It's at G Mr. Drew on all socials. Follow, like, and subscribe. Any and all support is appreciated. You can check out my website, gmrdrew.art. And, if you wish to help this guy out, so that way he doesn't necessarily even need a car to get to and from work, so I could just work from home. You may want to join my Patreon and just be another patron, starting at $1 for regular support. But if you want to support further, I have options where you can get annual commissions from me of characters and things like that. And if you have an original character or your own favorite character that you like, you want to see, you want to commission me to portrait that, join my Patreon. Starting at $3 a month, you can start getting commissions from me. Other than that, man, that's gonna be it for this one. Good to be back, and life is just gonna keep lifing. So just move forward, man. Love y'all. Peace.